feels so right, cause we had trust. Now it's drowning in our lives. I know we're broken up, you know the feelings deep inside. So what? You, what we've been through, I miss you. And you can't lie, you miss me too. If I roll through, but you...
In today's video, we're going to be responding to a comment. So without further more to say, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your bell post notifications so that you'll be notified every time I drop a video. Let's get into today's video.
I recently stumbled across your channel, was wondering about the thoughts on Beyonce's song All Up In Your Mind could possibly be interpreted as her admitting she would do a crime to basically be with Jay Z.
So we're going to run over the lyrics in just a bit, but I just want to say that this song was released in 2022 and it was a part of her Renaissance album, I believe. Renaissance means rebirth. Just thought I'd add that in there. I agree. I feel like this song speaks about her problems with Jay-Z, and you know, a lot of her songs speaks about her and Jay-Z and how she was always the second one. But it all started with Aaliyah. Aaliyah was his first true love. Like, that's who he wanted to be with. That's who he wanted to come up with in the industry. That's probably who he wanted to marry, to have children with, to live a life with. Aaliyah was number one. But that didn't go as planned, clearly. And not only was Aaliyah his type, the one that he wanted, she was also money to him. She was successful. She was power. So if they would have got together and he still would have did what he had to do to Damon, Aaliyah would be the Beyonce of today, basically. Like, just the relationship status, the power, but it didn't happen like that. But Beyonce to Jay-Z will never be number one. Aaliyah will always be that number one girl. Beyonce lived to see how desperate he was to get with Aaliyah, all the things he was doing for her. They were hanging out a lot, and Beyonce lived to see all of that, and it ate her up inside, and it made her very envious and jealous. All the men loved her, including the one Beyonce wanted. Beyonce really wanted Jay-Z, but Jay-Z didn't care for Beyonce like that. Although they met first, he probably just wanted to do what all men want to do to women, especially women that look like Beyonce, who is very open with their bodies. Beyonce has voiced her frustrations over the years through many songs. And I believe that that really reflects how she feels about Jay-Z. She was very adamant about being with him for some odd reason, even when he didn't even want her. She basically throughout the years as well was offering herself to be what he needed just so she could have him. And that's what this song speaks about to me. Her being or wanting to be submissive to this man. Even though throughout all of these years of them being together and him not wanting her, she has just been trying to ride for someone who seen her as a second choice, a rebound. Beyonce has made music plenty of times voicing how Jay-Z is basically a cheater. And the only reason why she is staying with him is because of the power she has with him, the power they had together, and now they're children. That's the only reason. He has never been content with Beyonce because Beyonce was never his lover and was never going to become that. And I sincerely think he still does not like her like that. It's all for the cameras and for the maintaining of their relationship status in the industry. I'm pretty sure Jay-Z is okay without Beyonce if he left her. It would just be Beyonce. She has money, but she wouldn't be considered a billionaire anymore. And I feel like the industry is over her, and they will her if Jay-Z is not with her. That's how I feel. I feel like Beyonce could lose her life if her and Jay-Z split, and she knows that. Or one of those kids will get taken out. Beyonce was a pawn. And pawn just means a person used by others for their own purpose. And this is exactly what the situation with her and Jay-Z is. She's just a pawn to him. He only got with her because after Aaliyah passed away, she was the next biggest thing. When she went solo, she became number one. And she stuck with him because he ended up becoming... To tell you the truth, Jay-Z is a smart businessman, clearly. And everything he decided to do got him where he is today. Even if he had to snake people. Hey, Damon wasn't the nicest to Jay-Z either. Real quick opinion, I feel like that's what Aaliyah liked. He only used Beyonce for power. And he got exactly what he aimed to do. Probably one of the most powerful couples in the music industry. Personally, this is not about Aaliyah. I mean, it does include her and why Beyonce has had this tension built up inside in all these songs speaking of her frustrations. Aaliyah is mainly number one. Aaliyah, I feel like, for one, she wasn't messing with Jay-Z anymore because it was said that him and Beyonce was on and off, especially around the time him and Aaliyah was hanging out as well. I still think that Jay-Z and Beyonce were doing things. Aaliyah was smart. She knew that she would be compared to Beyonce. Everybody started asking her about Beyonce and not Destiny's Child. It was always Beyonce. Then they got Beyonce to interview her. It was just a setup, and Aaliyah knew that. And why would you get with a man that's still messing around with your enemy in the industry? I think that's one reason Aaliyah left him. Another reason was Jay-Z was just about getting to the top and knocking people down to do so. Aaliyah wasn't like that. She made time for friends. She was hanging out. Family. She kept her feet grounded. She didn't want to just be all about business. Aaliyah was transitioning into bigger things. She didn't want to be controlled. A lot of people seem to think Beyonce is controlled by Jay-Z today, and it could be possible. And there was a comment, somebody mentioned that it's possible that Jay-Z could have had something to do with Aaliyah being given a pill because it's alleged that he Beyonce today. And I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. That could be a connection. Jay-Z was very soft at the time. He was a simp to Aaliyah. He was a groupie to Aaliyah. And Beyonce was a simp to Jay-Z. She was a groupie to Jay-Z. And she actually mentions being okay with being a groupie in this song. It all makes sense. This song gives very much obsessed. And it's funny, Beyonce has a movie called Obsessed. Beyonce is just obsessive over someone who doesn't want her. She always has been this way. And that's where the tension comes from towards Aaliyah. And still to this day, I think this is Aaliyah. At the time, Beyonce, she didn't know how to handle herself. Seeing that the man that she wanted someone who was successful than her and a more natural girl. Beyonce, I feel, still tries to put on this facade and these characters to impress Jay-Z, and he's still not impressed. And I feel like he still cheats on her. Anyways, let's get into the song. So it says, I try to get... And one thing, I know I talk too much, but I've never heard this song before, not that I know of. So it just goes in to say...
I try to get all up in your mind. It stops at a crime that I want to make you mine. I try to get all up in your mind. I'll go and do the time if it means I'll make you mine.
This is basically admitting that she would do a crime to make him hers. This is most certainly telling. I can't believe that I didn't hear about this song sooner. But Beyonce and Jay-Z, they're known for crimes, allegedly, with Aaliyah. And tempering or stopping people's careers because they can't go up against that person or they feel offended. That's just the type of people they are.
My eyes, I really like your smile. It stops the time. I'll stay here for a while. You give me that real good feeling that I need. Be careful what you ask for, because I just might comply. You need a real wild girl. You need me. All your demons. It's absurd, but I'm going to say those 3 words. Yes, I do. I think it's true. I just know I love you.
This is making Beyonce seem like a simp and a groupie. And she's basically saying that she'll do anything for this man, although his attention is not on her, and it never has been, and it never probably will be. She's basically saying how she'll be what he needs. She'll marry him for the sake of what he wants or what he needs. Basically how she's just in love with him.
Tell mama that I do it for you. The writer always wants you. I'll be groupie for you. It may hurt at first, because I'm going to make you work. Put me first is what you need.
This does sound like the situation with her and Aaliyah. He put Aaliyah first, of course. Aaliyah was always going to be first, but Beyonce wants to be first to Jay-Z. And it will never be that way, ever.
I know you're going to love me. I'll make you mine. Is my love a crime because I want to make you mine?
She's trying to get up in his mind. She wants to know what he's thinking, how he feels, and she probably wants to know if he's still thinking about Aaliyah and all the other girls he's been with and all the girls he really has his eye on. And Beyonce's been jealous her whole time of being with Jay Z. I think I'm just reading it over and over again.
You need a really wild one. I knew that you can't live without her. He know I'm a effing follow. I knew that I could get it out him.
This is the head honcho of lyrics in this song. She said, I knew that you can't live without her. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Aaliyah. He didn't love any girl more than he loved Aaliyah. He regrets what he did to Aaliyah for Beyonce, because for one, Beyonce, she took this long break from music, and two, she's falling off. She changes all the time, and it's just not natural. And I've seen these beautiful pictures of Beyonce. She actually looked really beautiful. She had black hair or dark brown, and I'm just like, why doesn't she go for this look? She actually looks prettier this way. She still has animosity towards the Aaliyah Jay Z situation, and it's really sad that it's that deep and Aaliyah had that much effect on just one girl. Actually, not even one girl. A lot of people had animosity towards Aaliyah. Aaliyah was that girl.
My eyes behold you. This kitty always wants you. I'm not the only one for you.
Which she's not. He has others. But yeah, basically, this is the feelings of an unwanted woman. And Beyonce's music it showcases a very distressed woman, and a woman who is unwanted by a man that she wants. Aaliyah never had to go through that. Aaliyah was like, I hang out with you, and we'll see at the end of the week who I want, you know what I'm saying? But with Beyonce, she's like, I'll do this to be where, you know what I'm saying, I want to be. I'll be a groupie. I'll be a simp. I'll be, I'll be anything. She was just basically a people pleaser. She tried so hard to get Jay-Z's attention, and she still does. And imagine not being wanted since 1998. The man you really love or want is literally drooling over this other girl. And that's where his heart lies still today. You're gonna have animosity. It's not only just Aaliyah. He cheats with other women. Like, he's not content with Beyonce. And he will never be content. Literally, the word pawn defines their relationship and why they really got together. But that pretty much wraps it up for this video. You guys let me know what you think of Beyonce's All Up in Your Mind. Beyonce is just a sad woman, and she was never sincerely happy, although they made it as if they were really happy together and they just had this life. They're not happy. If you're happy, you're not gonna cheat. If you're happy, you're not gonna make these distressful songs about your husband cheating and this other girl being someone he can't live without, and Becky with the good hair, and having to have your sister beat him up in an elevator over him cheating, allegedly. They're not happy. Beyonce's not happy. Jay-Z can have who he wants. He made it. He's a billionaire. Beyonce, however, is struggling. She's voicing her frustrations through music. She's trying to become a new character. That's why she went with Renaissance for her name title, and that means rebirth. She's trying to get back into doing something she used to love, to create a character that maybe he'll fall in love with in today's time. But I don't think that's gonna happen. You guys let me know your honest thoughts and opinions down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Stay crazy.
Do you remember that one night when we fell in love? What we had felt so right, 'cause we had trust.